shift to the LA Rams. This is a team that I whiffed on. I was not a big believer in the Rams in the offseason. I felt they were not going to be very good in 2020. I was completely wrong. This team right now is 7-4. And despite their loss to the 49ers recently, I'm sold that the Los Angeles Rams are a Super Bowl contender. I don't want to get too turned off by that 49ers loss just because, they came off an emotional win versus Tampa Bay. They're playing a division rival. Kyle Shanahan seems to have Sean McVay's number. And for what it's worth, the 49ers, when they're healthy, they're a pretty good football team. I'm not going to overreact to a loss that the Rams had to the 49ers, who are a pretty good team when healthy, who are just having a down year this year, You can make the argument right now that the Los Angeles Rams are the second best team in the NFC behind the New Orleans Saints. Now, Green Bay is really good. Seattle's really good. I'm not trying to rank these teams right now. All I'm saying is the LA Rams are as good as the Green Bays, the Seattles, the Arizonas, and the Tampa Bays of the world. They're pretty good, okay? Now, I think New Orleans is the best team in the NFC. They've got a very good offensive line, very good defensive line. Their wide receiver core is pretty good. They've got one of the best running backs in the NFL in Alvin Kamara. And for what it's worth, over the last 2 seasons, they're 7-0 without Drew Brees. They can win games without a Hall of Fame quarterback. They're really good. They're a stacked roster. But the Rams, they're pretty good, man. They really don't have a weakness. If you pressure Jared Goff and get him uncomfortable and get him off a spot, you maybe can bother Jared Goff. And that you could say that might be the weakness of the team, is if you get pressure on Jared Goff, he doesn't play that well. But Jared Goff, when he was uncomfortable last week versus Tampa, he threw the ball 51 times and led the Rams to victory. So Jared Goff has proven this season that when he's uncomfortable and when he has to throw the ball 51 times, he can beat you. Now, is that going to be the formula every week? No, because I don't want Jared Goff throwing the ball 51 times consistently. But if he throws the ball 25 to 30 times, I'm okay with that. Jared Goff's a proven quarterback. He's proven he can get to a Super Bowl, And folks, we're 2 years removed from Jared Goff being an MVP candidate and leading the Los Angeles Rams to a Super Bowl. Jared Goff has proven he can be clutch in these big games and show up in the biggest moments. Now, when he gets to the Super Bowl, that's a different story, but he can at least get to a Super Bowl, okay? So if Jared Goff is the weakness of this Rams team, I'm okay with that because there's a lot worse quarterbacks out there than Jared Goff, okay? Sean McVay's an excellent coach. Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, Reynolds, Everett, Higbee, Van Jefferson. They've got good wide receivers, good tight ends across the board. Darrell Henderson, Malcolm Brown, Cam Akers are 3 really good running backs. And this LA Rams team has a very good defense. Jalen Ramsey is the best quarterback in the entire NFL. Aaron Donald is the best defensive player in all football. This defense right now is second in total defense. They're 4th in points per game allowed. They're only averaging 19.2 points per game on the season. I gotta say, man, this Los Angeles Rams team is legit, man. I am all in on the Los Angeles Rams being a Super Bowl caliber team. They have all the ingredients and they have all the pieces needed. This is a team that's more than capable of winning the NFC. Will it happen? Maybe, maybe not. We shall see. But I think we got to start giving Jared Goff and the Los Angeles Rams a little bit more respect. They're definitely a Super Bowl sleeper right now, in my opinion. They definitely can beat the Green Bays of the world. They definitely can beat the Tampas of the world. They definitely can beat the Seattles of the world. And honestly, I think they match up very well with New Orleans. If you take away Michael Thomas, the Saints really don't have a second punch outside of Emmanuel Sanders, who's good but not great, And we've seen Jared Goff go into the Superdome and outplay Drew Brees 2 seasons ago. A lot of people want to talk about the fact that the Saints got robbed in that LA Rams NFC Championship game, but they don't want to talk about the fact that Jared Goff flat out outplayed Drew Brees. So that's where I'm at with the Los Angeles Rams. They have all the ingredients to win Super Bowl 55, in my opinion. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Please also note that the Juice Alert Sports Podcast is not just a YouTube channel. It is available on all podcasting platforms, including Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and Apple Podcasts. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this content with all your friends. This podcast is my favorite thing in the entire world right now. It is my passion. And I want more people to listen to this podcast. I really want this podcast to grow. Also, a fun fact about me is that I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I am looking to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. And I potentially would like to start my own network if this podcast really truly grows. Or if I fall short of that goal, I would love to work for a big time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. I am open to all networks. So if you believe in my dreams and you see or hear my passion through the screen, be sure to tell all your friends about the Juice Alert Sports Podcast. Stay motivated, you guys. Have a God bless day, and I'm out.